What's up, everybody? It's Kevin here from Happy Bird Games, and today is a Friday, a Famicom Friday, where I play a Famicom, Super Famicom, or other Japanese language game on my channel. These are usually quick plays, sometimes pickups or reviews, and today we're continuing from last week's, so this is a part 2 of Hokuto no Ken for the Nintendo Famicom. This is the first game. The second game was ported to the Nintendo NES in English in North America. And you might say, Omae wa mo shinderu, because I'm already dead in this playthrough. I'm stumped, I don't know what to do, but I figured it out since then, and I figured out how to go through doors. So this is basically the same as last time, same game, except now I know how to play. I have figured it out. And I'll show you it directly, so when we get there, I will show you. So you're going around beating up guys, and I thought the graphics were kind of bad. They are kind of bad for NES when this came out. But if you look at the detail, like, they have some really fine attention to detail. The way he walks looks just like Kenshiro's walk motion, and that kid in the background is a key point of the game. The kid in the background that you see means that that's a doorway you can walk into. So we'll get back to that in a moment, but before we go in the doorway, which I know how to do now, we're gonna go pick up some power-ups and like get stronger and stuff before we go in there to fight more enemies. And by the way, to get through the doorway, I'll repeat this later when we go through it, but you hold down B and A and the up button. Yeah, B and A and up at the same time, and you hold them down for a little bit, you'll walk through the door, but only selected doorways, like only special doorways. Specific ones, like the ones where you see the kid come through. I guess that's because when you jump in this game, you're pressing up to jump instead of A or B, because of B and A are kick and punch. And they don't want you to like go through a doorway when you're jumping around these guys. So once again, this game is an action beat 'em up. I don't know why that guy's up there. But when you punch them, their heads explode just like in the anime. The pink guys drop some sort of Japanese text, and if you jump to pick it up, you get an upgrade. You can get upgrades 7 times, I believe. 7 stars. And we're going to try to get as much as I can. Oh, I missed that one. They're really easy to miss, especially once you get the high jump, which is what I just got a little while ago. And you can still kind of do a low jump if you tap it short enough. So we got upgrades like the kick combo and the punch, and I think we'll get the high jump, or whatever you want to call that. So then you gotta dodge all these like projectiles. We're looking for the pink guys, because they're the only ones in this game that drop the stars. I think it's different in the sequel, which I played the sequel a lot, which was on the NES and Famicom as well. So now I've got some power-ups. I kind of want to go through it again, but I don't want to risk getting hurt, so we're just going to go on with the game. I'm pretty sure I can still go through here without the kid showing up. Let's try it. It's not letting me go through. Well, that's weird. I was thinking I could just power up and then go back and go in the doorway. But now it's not letting me in. Another confusing spot. Maybe I have to loop around until I find the kid. Because he like shows up in the doorway. This could be a separate building that just looks identical. I'm pretty sure it doesn't just loop forever. Or like, I don't know, it's weird. I'm trying to get this. Now I got the punch combo, which is really important. Because eventually there's going to be boss fights, I'm assuming. Because in the sequel, there was boss fights. The sequel was a little more straightforward, even though it was also confusing with the doorways. So it's just different. Let's try going through this one. After I kill this guy. And that guy. That guy's like in the doorway, I can't get to him. Oh, we missed it. It's really hard to miss that text that pops out. Maybe you have to hold down and up? No? I don't know. I might have to restart on my second life, we'll find out. But, we've got 6 now. Yeah, maybe it'll loop around eventually. It seems like the level already looped, but maybe it didn't. I guess you have to wait for when you see that kid there, but it looks like it's this doorway, right? I don't know. It's a confusing game. I mean, if you had the game back in the day and you had the manual, you'd know exactly what to do, I guess, but in terms of controls for entering doors, it is still confusing game. I'm glad I figured it out, but I want to be able to show you that, and I also want to be able to go through the door with my power-ups. Well, there's a doorway I can go through, but it's a different door than I remember seeing the kid through, so... Here we go, we're inside the building now, new area, finally. Awesome. We've got our power-ups, but we have pretty low HP, so I'm gonna try to dodge the stuff. See, there's a kid there, you can go through the door. I think. You have to be holding down, like, A and B, then press up. It's not just... You know, it's not just all at the same time, or else you'll do a jump. It's kind of weird. It's a little finicky. It's a little precise. Maybe you go through this door. I don't know. Like, because we're back outside again, but I remember, like, when I was playing it by myself, there were different ways to go through. Like, it looks like you just went back to the same area, but it might actually be a continuation of the level. We're probably gonna die pretty quick here. So the enemies aren't really that hard, but those things, those shots that come out in the open areas outside the building area, they're like these shots that come out at you. Here we go. Here's an area. Look at that, like, slow walk. It looks like the show, and I don't know if it's shown up yet. In the background, there is like a Big Dipper constellation, like a Fist of the North Star symbol in the background, and that's like attention to detail in this game. It's limited graphically, but there is some detail. So this time we're not going to actually go through with the power-ups. We're going to go through the door right away and see how well I fare in this hallway here, because it's actually pretty tough. Especially when you don't have any of the power-ups. I think you're actually weaker in terms of like how much damage you do with a punch. I mean, they do die with one hit, but the bosses do not. Oh, they have some of the pink guys in here too. I didn't know that. We got the first star. I know there's a kid showing up in the hallway. I don't really understand the purpose of the kids. I understand that it's like it's a part of the anime. You like rescues villagers and stuff like that. But I don't know. Is it like, I think it's like showing you the way to go, but also like I'm not really sure if that's true because it also can take you different ways and there's more than one kid to follow, so it's weird. Let's go this way. I think that might be Bats or Bat. I can't remember his name. Bat, the kid with the goggles. I mentioned him in the last video. But I'm not sure who you're supposed to follow. It's a little tricky. I did actually make it to the first boss, but I like reset right away because I want to save it for this video. But now it's like, can I go through that? No. There was a guy off there, off the screen there. See this part where these bullets coming at you or whatever? That's the hard part. The guy's flying across the screen. That's where I take the most damage. Okay. Gotta check these doorways here. It's really, it's a tricky game. It's tricky. The controls are weird. The jumping, pressing up to jump is a little hard and tricky too. Let's try going through here. Okay, this isn't the right spot. It's weird. It's like, once you figure out the doorway, it's like, that's one thing. But then it's also kind of a maze. Like, you're going back and forth through these buildings at specific times, trying to find the right place for the boss. It's not a straightforward level. It's not like Metroid, though. It's just like a loop level. It has, like, different loops that you have to go on paths to get to the right part of the game to finish the level. So I go in there, and we're not going to follow the girl, or one that looks like a girl. We're not going to follow that guy either. We're going to follow... Well, first of all, we're going to try a door that I might be able to go through. I don't think you can go through any of them unless there's a kid there. Which is weird. So we're going to try the second kid. We're just figuring out where to go so far. I remember there was a room that was different. Here we go. This is where the boss is. Of course I die right away, because I don't know. That's the boss. Or maybe a mini-boss. But it's confusing. Like, you have all this, like, things you have to do to get to it. And, I mean, it's the level, but I'm, like, backtracking and going to places that I already went to, and my health is not being restored. There's no way to restore your health. Except for beating level, I'm assuming. So, oh, I dodged that just by going in the door. So this time we're going to try to get to there faster. Remember there were some pink guys that spawned around here? So we're not going through the first kid. I think we're going to the second one. I think. Let's see if my theory is right. First we're going to kill this dude. Take his stuff. Take the item from him. Go in here. See if my theory is correct. It is! Okay, so this is where the boss is. This is where you're supposed to go. And another confusing thing about this that I just want to point out real quick is that you're scrolling to the left instead of going to the right. So it's like reversed. And it wasn't like that in the sequel. Okay, I'm like stuck in the corner and I'm not hitting him. And he's not hitting me, and I'm not doing any damage to him either way. He has a lot of health. It seems like he's one of those things where the health bar is actually bigger than it shows. And, yeah, he has a lot of health. So let's try this a little bit more. I'm going to do some editing, so you're not going to see the whole thing. But we're going to get back to that boss and just try it again. I would like to have some more power-ups from it, but, we don't have any power-ups, so we're going to try to take on this first boss just right away. Which, I mean, it seems like the power-ups would help, but then you also want to have full HP, or full health, so, yeah, so we're going in there right away. So then the only power-up we have is the first one, which is the high jump, which doesn't really help us on this boss battle, the high jump. I mean, you can jump over the boss, but for the most part, we're not going to have that much of an easier time with it. Why does he stick me in the corner like that? We got him! Boom! That was awesome! We beat the boss, like, right away. I just did it really fast. So once I got used to it, I finally figured out how to play. Hey, we got new enemies. Got these blonde dudes. And we got a green background. It still kind of looks similar. And I guess they're continuing on with the... You have to follow the kids through the doors to find the right pattern. And there's no map in this game. Like, I could press start, it'll pause. Press select, it doesn't do anything. You might actually get an attack with select, but I'm not sure about that. Because so far, I haven't done anything with select. And, you know, they don't give you full health like I thought. At the start of a new level. There's apparently no way to get more HP in this game. But you do get 3 lives, but that's not really enough to survive. There may be a continue feature. And it looked like these blue guys dropped the letters, the Japanese text. I'm not sure about that. Once again, you can only get those by doing the punch attack. Because it bursts them. It, like, destroys them, and they break apart, and that's how you get it. But you can't do it from the kicks, so it's like, it's kind of like I don't even want to use the kick attack. Maybe it was just a pink guy, because there was a pink guy there that dropped it. I just wasn't paying attention last time. So we've got a whole new level to go through. I'm assuming if I didn't die, because every time you die, not a continue, but you just die once, your stars reset. So let's try going through here. This is a different doorway than we went to last time. Oh, we got a different design level here. That guy take more than one hit to kill? Harder enemies now, maybe? I wish... See, I like this game, kind of, because it reminds me of the second one, and I played the second one. It was one of the first NES games I got, as I mentioned last time. I like the series, Hokuto no Ken, Fist of North Star, but the second one is definitely more straightforward. It's still kind of got the same controls and art style and gameplay, pretty much, but it's definitely, you can tell they address some issues with making it more straightforward on the levels, and just overall, it's easier, because in this one, you have to kill, like, the specific pink guys to get your power-ups, and on the second one, you can get it from anything. I'm pretty sure almost any enemy will drop it. which I kind of want to show you the second one, but it's not a Famicom game technically, it's an anime game. It's an early anime game, but it's on the NES, and they didn't change it to something like with Dragon Ball. We did Dragon Ball on Famicom, but on the NES they do have Dragon Ball for Famicom, but it's they changed it because no one knew what Dragon Ball was in the United States back then, really. Well, not no one, but a majority of people wouldn't have got it, so they changed the license to something else. Kind of like the Doki Doki Panic to Mario 2, Super Mario 2. So now I'm lost again. We're on a new level. Okay, so this is back here. So I don't take the first one. I take like the next one. It's confusing. Like you see the kid, and it's like, okay, well that must be the way to go. And then you follow him, and apparently there's 2 kids or more, and there's multiple ways to go and ways to get lost. I don't really like that. This is a game that you're probably going to want to either memorize or write down or take a picture of where to go, or just remember like which number kid to follow through, because I can't figure it out. I did the first level, which is cool. That's what I wanted to do for this video, so mission accomplished in that way, which is good. You gotta stay positive, but it's just, you know what I mean. If you've played this, and if you've played NES, you know this kind of cryptic NES stuff. This one's definitely feels like that. If you want to play this and you're interested in it, I'd say go ahead and check it out, give it a try. But if you want to play something that's like this, almost exactly, but less obscure in terms of what to do in the game, go for the sequel. I think it's just Fist of the North Star 2, or Hokuto no Ken 2, or Fist of the North Star as it's called on the Nintendo NES. And they're not like really rare games or anything like that. They're not hard to find. As far as I know, I got mine for $1. Like, it was the first NES game I got, so it was a long time ago. But they should still be pretty common games. And those guys do a lot of damage to me. That's a lot of damage! So now we're in a new area, where it's red, so... Let's see if I can get to a boss. We're just gonna take it back to the green room. Looks like it does. You know what this reminds me of? I don't know if you ever played the game Mickey Mousecapade, but I did a full review of it a couple years ago. More than a couple years ago on my channel. And there's a level in Mickey Mousecapade where if you don't go through the right doors in the right order, you'll get sent back to the start of the level. And that's what this is just like. So that was Hokuto no Ken. I'm probably not going to play this one hardly ever again, unless I really decide to sit down and complete it. But if I do, I'll be sure to either memorize or write down which kid takes you where in the level, because that second level has multiple different branch-offs. Alright everybody, that was it for today's Famicom Friday. We checked out Hokuto no Ken for the Nintendo Famicom once again. Very tough game, very challenging, and very confusing with the way that the maps and levels are designed. But at least we figured out some more of this game and understood the basics today. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Happy Bird Games Today for more Famicom Fridays and classic gaming goodness. You can also check me out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, where I have pages on each. Alright everybody, thanks for watching once again. Bye!